Hello everyone and welcome back to Anno 1800 Extreme. In the last episode we focused a bit on economy and I would just like to continue with that. First of all, my clipper Hippopotamus II, I wonder what happened with the first, and this one is finally ready for action. That would be our next trade route now, Auspicious Isle to Madison. And we are having two goods here actually that are being transported. The first one is the coal and the second one is going to be bricks, and both of them are going over there with Hippopotamus II. Problem of course is we're using more and more space now for ships. Lucky us, we have 3 landing docks at the moment: the main harbor building, the pier for the Docklands, and the main wharf for the Docklands there. Sean, you want 100k for a war declaration, for ceasefire of course, so we are going to pay this one. He was actually quite happy with not that much this time. Oh, we are finally on par military wise with Sean. We caught up there a bit. Flatter him too. Yeah, that worked this time, so he likes my face a bit more. Sean, you lucky bastard. We might be in for a real treat. I've got also another item from Archie that I can use on the battleship there. So the next ship is being equipped now with something. Boy, I'm really looking forward to using these ships then once we have them equipped all with items. My flagship that I by the way purchased, and it doesn't cost me any influence, so it's a good ship to have really. Let's get this one back to Archie, purchase us some more items. We can always use this. The next cargo ship we are going to use then as well. And also there's the rum trader at the moment, there's the cotton trader, and there we have a free cargo ship, Axum. And Axum is going to be on my coffee trade route, right, so that we boost this one a bit. There you go. Right, we do need 2 ships on that for sure to get more coffee over to the old world. Speaking about coffee, I should check it out because we have upgraded some engineers there. We have a consumption rate of 12 at the moment for the coffee, and we are producing coffee wise 11. That is not much. I mean, that is catastrophic, to be honest. Bean-wise, I was actually right on my calculation there, so we are just consuming enough beans now than we produce. I will still need to go ahead now and get us a couple more of them out. Workforce-wise, we are totally fine here in the New World. So that's 3 more that we have, and let's make a 4th one here.
Maybe if I was 20 years younger.
Right, getting them over there, that's 4 of them, and that means basically 2 more that I can use. But the big but is, of course, we're boosting them, so it's going to be 3 of them. Now, I do need a bit more workforce though. We have, fortunately, fried plantain, and I can go ahead and upgrade us a few more. Right, and as we can see, I can still go ahead there with 1 more, 2 more. Right. And then we are out of jornaleros there soon as well. I still need a couple of them for my farms, like this one. The coffee needs to flow, and then another one here. Right, getting this over, and that means I can have another coffee roaster. Let's also have a warehouse then just here, because this one will be quite overwhelmed soon anyway. They are producing now. The coffee plantations at 150%, hopefully. Yep, there they are. Perfect. And that's it. We do have the fertilizer. So there is something now that we could use, right? That is the latest DLC, the Hacienda. We can produce dung and use the fertilizers on that. That might actually be a mechanic that I can explore if it comes to that. Let's go back to the old world though. The light bulbs are in. That means we have a very happy population again. Let's continue upgrading some more people to engineers here, those guys. Let's also change the way the investors look, because I really do like them with the new tone that we have. We could use it like that. That's the dark one, or we can make it use like the nightlife district, or the bright one. Let's keep the brighter one this time. We are happy people after all, even though we are facing death every day, and I can also do that for my engineers here, basically. Those guys.
There comes a time when we must make way for something better.
Oh, Miss Hunt, I don't like that at all. You're trying to purchase my islands.
Take over your island.
Of course, we've purchased it back, so no problem there. Now, I've got another thing that I want to have a look at there real quick, and that is my advanced weapons. Saltpeter is out now. The thing is, advanced weapons are so powerful to trade that I want to get more of them, right? They're extremely expensive, but we have the money at this point. And I just need a bit more saltpeter. We are getting this one over here in Aurea. I think we're already doing a nice boosting there. Yeah, and I'm not going to do any more boosting. But I could hopefully get me another one out there somehow. Let's actually get rid of this one for now. Can we squeeze that in? Yes, we can squeeze in another saltpeter works. I just need a few more bricks for that. My cargo ship can do the job. Because this one might be really... I mean, we do have it here, but look what happens to those poor fishermen all the time. We got Miss Hunt's trade routes up there. And of course, they're trying to destroy everything. And this harbor area is just ridiculously small. Let's get some bricks. There's more bricks now flooding in than ever. Let's also take some steel beams. Whatever we might need for Aurea. Get this one over for the next saltpeter work. Oh, and there's also some riots. Yeah, my investors are not the happiest ones. Pocket watches, the gramophone. The gramophone is actually easy now once we have the... Once we'll have the brass coming in huge quantities. Then we could do this next. And Tobias is arriving right now. Let's actually make this one to 15. I want more brass. I'm a bit greedy there. So we're using now 20 advanced weapons every 20 minutes. That means I only have a surplus of 10 advanced weapons for now. That's not enough for battleships though. One more battleship perhaps then once we have the influence back. That's it though. Gold would also be possible, right? So we have a 1 to 15 for brass and only a 1 to 2 for gold. So that's not something I'm going to do. Let's rather use the brass for gold. I will need to find another solution. Someone is talking to me. That doesn't seem to be urgent. There's also a quest, a resident quest. We can do that. Usually they have a good item there, especially the investor ones. Anyone will be at this party. Better make sure the horses get their apples. And this is a whole herd of prime Mustang we're talking about. What? What? I don't have that. 40 tons of champagne and 20 tons of cigars. I can't do that. Sorry. Perhaps I got into some passive trading there, but nope. I did not. Though the resources are in Aurea, let's build the next saltpeter work that we have now working there. So that's 4 of them. I would like to boost them. Let's boost them by 50%. We do lose a bit of happiness. There is the beer festival at the moment that makes people happy anyway. And let's also upgrade a couple more. Oh, and we've upgraded an export good. That must be my soap. Yes, it is at epic levels. That definitely should give us now an additional trade contract. There it is, export office. Where should we squeeze it in? Yeah, we can squeeze it in nicely here. That would be another contract now. Down here, very good. That's all we need. We got also the brass now, but look at how fast it's being consumed. Is that right? We did not get the full amount though. But he's still trading. I will now build another motor assembly line over there because we got the additional brass now coming in. And I do need more steam motors.
We've run out of cabins.
And what to do with that latest contract that we have. I was actually going with the potatoes, right? So that would be the most important thing right now after the brass to make room for more. In that case here, I do have the potato fertility in Totenkopf, where we have so many grain fields already and the red pepper. I would, since we don't have Eli, I don't get Chef Michel, most likely I can't get rid of these red pepper fields, so I'm going to need them. And that leaves us with very little room here to work around with the potato fields. And in Aurea, I don't have the potato fertility at all. So getting potatoes in for now seems like a good idea to me. So we can use this one. I think with weapons, we should be fine. We're not producing them though right now. What are we producing? Sewing machines. Well, yeah, quite a lot of them too. I could do that. I could probably also use one advanced weapon for 1,000 potatoes. The ratio is 1 to 66, alright. 5 tons would be 300. Actually not that much. What else could I use? Probably just go with the sewing machines. Or we have enough soap. I could use soap. I could use soap on that. 100 tons of soap. gives me 500 tons of potatoes. And that's going to be quite enough already. We have a storage right now of 650 potatoes. The next trader is still 20 minutes away, but it should still be fine already, right? So what I would like to do now is getting rid of all these potato fields there. Off you go. Boom. And I'm also going still to upgrade 2 more schnapps distilleries. Seems like counterintuitive, but I think it's the right choice for now. We have a surplus of 3 schnapps, and we have now a consumption of 22 potatoes. That means I will need around, 400, 450 every 20 minutes. And that's already coming in. And it will also last us. We have 650 tons at the moment. And with that, I can get us a whole new district out there. That's pretty cool. Also, we should not forget that the palace needs room somewhere. That I'm probably also central, right? We do need the palace somewhere. Instead of a world fair or something like that this time. So I might actually push it in here. But this will be some major relocation here now that I have to do. And boom, there it is, right? Moving engineers and moving investors away over there a bit. There's still this school here. For this one, I might just push the school up there. So we still have this police station that I can use there. And let's move this worker, and let's move the last worker. Come on, you can do this. There it is, perfect. And then we can move the school up there, and boom, lots of space available for a nice big palace here in the center. The palace is just so important when it comes to bonuses and boosts that I'm definitely going to use that right here in the center. Now we can then just easily continue now with my next district then over there. Oh, and the sand mine was destroyed. And I would like to use my most basic layout on these guys. And there's the paved road. No can do. Not a marketplace as we continue. And then also here, where before we had normal fields, now we have a nice city that is just in this area with more workforce than ever. And probably here, I'm going to have my next buffer once again between them. So the trees, right? Actually, not this one. Perhaps we have the mature tree or the temperate grove. There you go. This is much better. As this one is going to the other side. One thing that we still need here is a pot. There you go. With some apple trees for the cider that we can have then in this area. Nice and easy, and also some grass there, just to have a nice little buffer then in between those guys to live here. Perfect. So that's the latest district now on that side. Lots of additional workforce that we can then use to upgrade those juicy people. And then next step will probably be getting rid of the distilleries here and moving them over there. We also don't really need the lumberjack huts anymore since I'm getting the logs in with the Docklands, right? So that would be another cleanup of this island, getting rid of those guys. We can easily do that, no props. And instead, then I can just use my warehouses, getting them to the other side, and then basically once again move my distilleries. So this one here we don't need. There we have the sawmills. And in this area, we definitely will need a fire station, so we can squeeze that in here. Move the sawmills there a tiny bit, right, so that we make the room. There you go. Upgrade my warehouse, move the other warehouse. We have a double warehouse system. And then I basically just get all my distilleries over to this new spot. See that one. Let's make sure that we have some proper blocks there too.
Your harbor is under attack.
That will certainly be not an attack. At least I don't think so. And then we can have...
Island is under attack.
Oh, Oria now? Yeah, it's just my fish farms again that are being damaged here. Take the cargo ship back. No props. And yeah, with that we have more space again. Let's also upgrade these warehouses there because we are going to need that. We need the ramps. And then I've got one more distillery that I don't need anymore because we have basically enough anyway, also for all the potatoes that we produce. One more distillery here. and one more here. And next step, you name it, could be the framework knitters that we can then use in this area. The wool I'm already... actually, no, I'm not. But the wool I could easily also get in with the Docklands since it's a very cheap product, right? No problem there. The fire station, definitely here in this area because those distilleries, yep, they like to catch fire. They like to explode. So I rather secure them with that. And yeah, this buffer actually was a bit premature. We don't need that anymore. And I have, woo, more space available. I have a new district that we can form just here. More people. Loving that because more taxpayers. Also more investors, more influence, more battleships ultimately. Everything that we need. And then we have this harbor area that I might actually keep as a harbor area. We could also focus a bit more on city building now, city architecture, beauty building perhaps a bit, because I think at the moment there's not going to be any bigger attack. Even though I thought this a couple of times already, and every time I was then severely surprised. That's that, and a couple more here. No space is wasted here. This is my harbor area. We can keep this one available for now, right? With this alley there that I already started here, and it's basically continuing then to the only other side there. So those people have a bit of a breathing room there between themselves and those shipyards and stuff like that. This area is growing. It's not looking so bad, but I can do it with the time that we have right now. Perfect. That's that. And as we can see, with all these thousands of farmers flooding in, we can just basically continue now upgrading loads of them to workers. Also up here. Boy, I can't wait for the additional consumption that this whole thing is causing me. Down there is nothing anymore. It's just really that. So that the further we go outside, we'll have that. This guy here. Oh, now we can upgrade them. I was a bit too quick there for them to develop. And of course, the same thing we can once again then apply to the workers, getting them to artisans. The most important thing I can already see that's going to run out now is, you name it, beer. Beer is something we need to watch out. Boy, that's some mass upgrading over there of workers to artisans. And more here. Compensating that. Yeah, looking good. Of course, there's more people that need to move in now. Right, so those here. But we want to keep these numbers as low as possible, while those numbers as high as possible for anything that might come up then in this area. That's a lot of additional taxes, and more importantly, a lot of people, so that we can level up more often for all that influence. And we, by the way, have 1.1 million. I could go ahead and start getting some more items out of Archie again. So we have a fine steel hull once again for 87k. We could also use these items for the town halls then. Oh yes, I'm going to look into them. Unfortunately, I haven't seen a white flag yet. Selection, there's the peace mode. Is there some attack? Oh, it's just a clipper passing by. We have the hit points here for steamships. That I can do. And another fine steel hull. I love them. Let's get this one over. And let's get those guys to my ships. 850k. I do have the influence. And we purchase a share. Ooh, our admiral is 900k. Miss Hunt, 730k. We can afford that. And we get 1,300 on the balance in addition. Getting us closer to 30k than ever. Very good. I love that, because that's money flooding in. With more money, more shares, more ships, more factories ultimately. Now we are having a boosted heavy weapon factory of 250% now. That is leading to, at the moment, 3 per minute. Also 3 steam motors because of the additional factory. Right, so we compensate a bit of the trading that is getting out there too for the advanced weapons. As we can see, it's looking rather good there. So it's still remaining at around 100 tons of advanced weapons. Now I, by the way, know why this was not trading completely. Because we have this cap on the advanced weapons, right? We have the minimum stock of 90. And I'm going to put this one down to 80. So that at least one battleship is here always possible. Of the 80, and that means I can now trade just more with that. Though there is a problem, and that is this one. This one is getting the advanced weapons over, right? And it's always it's always going to pull this one down to 80. So we do need to counter that. We have 117 in Totenkopf. Holy cow! Seriously. 117. You know how much money that is? We're going to find it out. Let's get the cargo ship over there. Holy cow. It was completely filling this one up all the time here now. And we have almost 200 tons of advanced weapons at this point. Can't wait to see those numbers. So what I'm doing here is we are going to take we're going to take 100 tons and sell them. And what I'm also doing is I'm going to put a maximum amount of that, right? We have the minimum stock. I think we don't have a maximum stock. That is too good to be true. How should we do this in the future? There's the trader coming in now. That's Tobias for the potatoes. But since we are getting the potatoes now in my main island, I don't need this trade here anymore. Right, let's just get rid of that entirely. Yeah, we don't need that. I don't need to have the advanced weapons here in Totenkopf anymore. And we're stopping this trade that is happening there. Can completely get rid of that. Let's use the advanced weapons, get it over there to Archie. The ocean here is clear of any enemies, so for now we are fine. And we might just trade something else then here, right? I don't know what yet. Definitely not going to be potatoes. It's ridiculous, this trade. I don't need it anymore. And I think we also have this potato trade route then going to Madison that I also don't need anymore. Because it's just useless at this point. Just what we need to trade here then, no idea yet. We might get some sewing machines over because that is easy to do, right? Sewing machines I have plenty of. I just need some trades here really to have the contract fulfilled. So we can basically just take any good, right? Is that already counting towards it? No, it's not. But that's working, right? I don't even need to have a volume set. I can just use it like that. And boom, with that we have 10 out of 12 contracts that we need. And then I just say that I want to get also this one, right? So now we have 11 out of 12. So I just need one more trade contract to finally unlock us the zinc and the copper. And the gold. And that is the pretty cool thing. The gold. And there's the export office. We have it. There you go. Let's just open up another arbitrary contract here. And there we have it. Gold ore has been unlocked. And with that, pocket watches is entirely possible now. That's going to be very nice for my engineers and my investors. And that's easily boosting us above 30 towards 40k there, even on the income. Very nice. And let's just check how much money we can make out of those 100 tons. 1 million. Nice. Rate this one in 1 million coin. I could use this one right away on some more items. Right, so we have the hulls somewhere that I would like to use. Income per house is also really cool for the town hall. There's some nice items here. Not the best though, as RG does not provide that, but still good items. The fine hull still is my favorite one. Just getting a couple more of these then to my ships, to my fleet overall. Very nice. The money is flowing in. The people are flowing in. Almost 30,000 now on that. We might actually, you know what? We might actually boost this one to 30k now. We still have a couple more upgrades there, right? There's more here. 2 engineers, and there it is. 30,000 people! Finally, population 30,000. Still going strong. 25k on the income. I think it's getting really interesting now. Stay tuned.
Workforce shortage.